Okay, thank you very much, Professor Janetsky, for your enlightening presentation about reflection about early history of agroforestry in Poland, connecting the ecological, economic, SDGs, and educational pillar of agroforestry. So, we will continue our session with our college from Universidad Nacional de Colombia, Medellin, Prof. Carlos first, and continue with Professor Walter Osorio.
Okay, so first, thanks a lot for inviting me to share some information. I really enjoy to hear the other speakers. So I'm going to talk about the experimental results that we obtained some years ago, trying to measure the effect of silvopastoral system on soil quality in tropical dry forests of Colombia. So I'm making this presentation on behalf of Professor Juan Carlos Loaiza and some former graduate students, PhD students, Judith Martinez and Loaiza Ocampo, who of course made the main work at the fields. So here we are going to deal with the concept of soil quality. The soil quality is a approach to understand soil functioning because it includes physical, chemical, and biological indicators. So it allows us to understand better the soil and establish soil management practices in the short, medium, and long term. So these are some of the soil quality indicators: bole density, aggregate size, porosity, among others. In chemical indicators, we measure pH, electrical conductivity, nutrient concentrations. And in biological indicators, we measure organic matter, microbial respiration, mycorrhizal colonization, active carbon, soil proteins, among others also. So here we have some of the major problems that we have in Colombia. Land degradations. Globally, we talk about more than 500 million hectares that are severely degraded in the world. In our case, we have a problem associated with overgrazing. And you can see the pictures that show a very, very sad landscape. And it leads to unproductive agrosystems, which affect our food security and, of course, the environmental quality. In 2000, silvopastoral arrangements were established by two researchers, Cajas and Sinclair. Cajas was doing the doctoral studies at the Bangor University under the supervision of Dr. Sinclair. These silvopastoral plots were located in Monteria, in the Caribbean area of Colombia. The system had different arrangements, multi-strata arrangements. First, grasses, only grasses. Second treatment, grasses and shrubs. Third treatment, grasses, shrubs, and legume trees. And finally, the more complex system, the more complex arrangement was the one who include grasses, shrubs, legume trees, and some forest trees. The interesting part is that the community affected, the farmers, help to the researchers to choose the plant species, the legume trees, the forest, the grasses. So it was very interesting. Here, I can show you a satellite image of the plots. Each plot consisted of 2 hectares. Here, only grasses. Here, grasses with shrubs, grasses with legume trees, and grasses with forest trees. Here we have the grasses, Megathyrsus maximum and Dicanthum aristatum. The shrubs are Lucina, Leucocephala, Crescentia cujete. The legumes trees were Gusama olifolia, Almisia zaman, and Cassia grandis. And the more complex include all of the species mentioned before, plus Pachida quinata and Suetenia macrophylla. So it was a very complex arrangement. It looks like this. Some of them, Lucina, for instance, we have 120 plants per hectare. Totumo, Cujete, 144 plants. And for the others, we have 11 trees of each species: Quasimo, Cañafistula, Campano, Pachida, y Suetenia. In total, we have 55 trees in 1 hectare, plus the shrubs, plus the grasses. It looks like this: only grasses, grasses with shrubs, grasses with shrubs and trees. And in the first study, we made 2 doctoral studies over there. You can see the picture of the grassland, only grasses. And in the lower picture, you can see the more complex system that contained grasses, shrubs, and different kind of trees. Very beautiful arrangements that make Cajas and Sinclair. In the dry season, we took these pictures in which you can see how, despite of the drought, you can see forage for the animals. So in these silvopastoral systems, is a viable technological option that help to rehabilitate degraded soils through nutrient cycling. This is the major point for us. So some pictures that show some traps that you use to collect litter on the soil. Here we can see how the left litter decompose over time. And here's some picture of litter bags that we use to measure the process of the litter decomposition over time. We found that by the litter fall, there is a kind of fertilization. We found significantly more nutrients falling down in the silvopastoral system than in the grass. Very clearly. For instance, in the case of nitrogen in the grass, we only have a recycling of 6.8 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare. In the case of the other systems, is more than 10 times the nitrogen supply from the later fall. More carbon, more nitrogen, more phosphorus, more potassium, more calcium, and more magnesium fell down by the later fall. But the important thing is that we could measure this amount of nutrients. Here, with the liter bags, we put some trees, some leaves, and we allow them to decompose in the field. This is at the beginning, and 187 days later, the liter bags looks like this, and 233 days later, the leaves almost completely disappeared by the decomposition process. And here you can see an example of this transformation that happened in the soils very quickly, by the way. We measured the rate of decomposition, and we established that some species are fully decomposed after 8 months, and some species need 1 year to completely disappear and release the nutrients that they already have in the tissues. We found an increase in the soil pH. Soil available phosphorus was also significantly increased. We obtained more potassium, more calcium, and more magnesium when the silvopastorale system were established in comparison with the grasses only. We found more microbial activity in the litter that in the A horizon, and some of the species that we have here were very easily to decompose by the microorganisms. Then we have another study in which we also compare the silvopastoral system with crops of maize. And we also have a very interesting a reduction of bulk density in the soil, an increase in the porosity, increase in the microporosity of the soil, helping to hold water by the soil. We have more total nitrogen in the silvopastoral system in comparison with maize crop, the continuous maize crops. We have more phosphorus, more calcium, more potassium, more organic matter. Let's see this. Let's take this example. When we have a continuous crop of maize, we have a small amount of organic matter, but with the silvopastoral system, even with the grassland, we have more carbon, more organic matter, more active carbon. The active carbon is the part of carbon that is used by microorganisms. More microbial respiration, more phosphatase activity by microorganisms in the grass, in the silvopastoral system, over the values that we found for the continuous maize crop. More catalase activity. We use a biochemical potential indicator that show that significantly the silvopastoral system and the grassland have a better soil functioning than the maize. And we conclude with these two studies that the soil quality can be improved by silvopastoral system over time. But we measure the effects over a period of 11 in the first thesis and 15 years in the second thesis. Litter production is a very important component of this system, which is produced, of course, by trees and shrubs. Litter decomposition is a very active process that release nutrients and improve soil physical, chemical, and biological properties in the soil. So with these studies, we recognize the importance of agroforestry and specifically silvopastoral system to improve our soils. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Osorio. Actually, I have two questions, but it can wait since we will hear from Dr. Huang. So, Dr. Huang, can you display yourself? I think we need to unshare the document. Professor Osorio, you need to take out the document.
Okay, yeah, sure. This information is completely available. There are some papers that were produced after this PhD thesis. There are some papers also available, and they are completely available for all of you.
Thank you.